Howdy everyone, and welcome back to Isolation Libations, episode number 13. I am Joey Joyce. I will be your online bartender today. These are drinks that we will pair with Brian Chartrand's Happy Half Hour on Facebook Live every weekday at 5 o'clock. You can always catch it after 5 o'clock as well. It'll be up on his Facebook page. These are drinks that we're gonna make along with his nice music and enjoy our 5 o'clock happy hour in these unusual times. This week, the theme was based off of one of Brian's original songs, Don't Look Close. And the idea is that we're not looking too closely at some of these cocktails that have been presented as originals, and they are, but they're not that far off from the classics that inspired them. They owe a lot to the original form. So for today, we're gonna do a little riff on a Moscow Mule. Let me give you a quick little summary of the Moscow Mule's history. It was created in, I believe, the early 1940s in Los Angeles, California. So the story goes, the owner of a bar there, I believe it was the Cock and Bull Bar in Los Angeles, his company had acquired the rights to Smirnoff vodka. Vodka was not real popular in the US at the time, so he was obviously trying to bump up sales, trying to find a way to get Americans to drink vodka. He had a surplus of ginger beer in the bar storage. He needed to get rid of that. Another legend, I don't know if it's true or not, was that I think he had a girlfriend who was involved in a copper making business. So putting those things together, pushing vodka, getting rid of that extra ginger beer, maybe his girlfriend gets a few more sales from her copper products, and then you have the Moscow Mule. This feels very LA to me, seems fitting for that. Now, the vodka, let's talk about vodka. Where to start? It doesn't taste like a whole lot. You can try them just neat by themselves, and you can definitely tell the difference between a really poor quality vodka, a higher quality vodka, a vodka that's made with potatoes or wheat. It's subtle though, it is subtle. So, especially in a drink like the Moscow Mule that has ginger beer and lime juice, if the vodka's in there, you wouldn't know if it's in there or not in there. It's gonna be totally masked by the ginger beer. So with that in mind, I've had some very nice requests from some of Brian's fans in Germany about doing a few more non-alcoholic drinks. And I feel like Wednesday is kind of that good middle of the weekday. Let's take a break from the booze. Brian, you don't have to, it's okay, keep doing what you're doing. But we're gonna take a break and do a non-alcoholic drink. And this is a spicy Thai non-alcoholic mule. I promise you, if there was vodka in it or if there was not vodka in it, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This is gonna have a lot of other flavors going on. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start making this drink. You will notice the glass I'm going to put it in is more of a tiki glass, not the traditional copper mug. I don't have a copper mug, so you know what? I'm putting in my tiki cup, and that's cool with me. All right, so we are gonna be muddling this one. If you're not familiar with kaffir lime, it's like this double lobed leaf. The fruit on it is like really bumpy and gnarly looking and has a very thick peel. And really, it's more for the leaves. The leaves are very aromatic. If you had like, Thai food or Vietnamese food, you will have had kaffir lime leaf. So for this, just use kind of one leaf. I'm considering this one, even, it's kind of a double thing. Just tear that up a little bit. You'll already start to smell how amazing and fresh that is. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, and then you just throw that right in your tin. And then ginger. So you just get the finger of ginger, there's a grater, and just grate it on there. You can peel off the brown skin on the outside, but you're left with just this nice gingery pulp. And I said about 1 teaspoon. I always kind of measure things in bar spoons, about that much, more or less to your preference. We are using ginger beer too, so it's kind of a double dose of ginger, but I really like that extra ginger kick. And then if you can find Thai chilies, a little small, like red or green, like really hot, just use like one of those. I couldn't find any at the store, so I'm using some Serrano some serrano chiles, which will work as well. I like them. It's going to give a nice kind of herbal little punch to it, and obviously some spice on top of the ginger. So I'm doing about 3 slices of the serrano. Now, you'll notice my simple syrup looks slightly different. It's a little cloudy. Use demerara sugar, so a unrefined sugar. Just gives it more flavor, more so than just a plain white sugar would. And then I chopped up some lemongrass and mixed that together with the simple syrup while it was heating up, while it was dissolving the sugar with the water. And then to strain that out, so it'll give it a nice little lemongrass note to it. And we're gonna go 1 1/4 ounce on this lemongrass syrup, because this is pretty thick. I made this like 2 to 1, so like 2 parts sugar to 1 part water. Alrighty. Now, if you notice, if you saw the picture I posted before this video, say to now muddle everything. The reason why I'm not adding the citrus yet and just the simple syrup is that as I muddle, the flavors, the oils that are in the leaves are going to transfer into that simple syrup. So all those flavors, if you didn't have the simple syrup in there, I feel like you can lose some of it. It just makes a nice little more of a slurry kind of a paste in here. Cool. Now we can add our fresh squeezed lime juice, and that is going to be 1 1/2 ounces. So a little bit more lime juice than the simple syrup. But remember, we will get some sweetness from that ginger beer as well. And you want it to be a little bit tart. This is going to be a lively drink. Both tart, a little bit of heat, that bite from the ginger. All right, that's it. So again, no booze. So we're not putting any booze in there, and that's okay. My fancy ice container again. A little stubborn today. Should be melting, it's so warm. All right, and this one you want to give a nice good shake because you're really mixing up everything inside of there. Kind of breaking down the ginger, making sure it gets thoroughly incorporated. Sounds good. Now, you want to go ahead and fill your vessel, whatever it is you're using, with ice. If you wanted to do crushed ice, I think that would be a really cool way to go too. Beautiful. Now, again, in the instructions, I say to add part of your ginger beer, about half of it, into your tin first. Again, that's going to help incorporate it as you strain it in there, rather than if I were to strain this now into the glass and then pour all the ginger beer on top, you would just have this layer of ginger beer and everything else below, and it wouldn't really be mixed up well. I mean, you can kind of stir it with a spoon, but the more you stir something with carbonation, the more you release those bubbles, the more carbonation you lose, and to me, makes a less desirable drink. I'm eyeballing it. I think at this point, I hope I can kind of eyeball things, and tends to work out right. Although I've never made a drink in this glass, so we shall see. And again, fine strain, because you've got the serrano seeds, you've got that ginger pulp, you got the kaffir lime. There's a bunch of stuff in here, and you want to keep that out of your drink, out of your straw, out of your teeth. And you can always see, well, I can see, you can't see, the buildup in the tea strainer. All that ginger pulp. Great flavor, but you don't want to be chewing on that. Great, yeah, so we have just a little bit more room to top it off with the ginger beer. Perfect. I have a metal straw today, so I can use that. Tuck that in there. And just take another kaffir lime leaf, give it a little slap, kind of let some of those oils out, kind of crunch it a little bit in your fingers. Go ahead and stick that right in there as your pretty little garnish. If it doesn't sink. All right, that'll work. So here is your spicy Thai non-alcoholic mule. Cheers, enjoy the music everyone. I will see you tomorrow with some alcohol. Cheers. Ooh, that's spicy.